Sugars are used to make wines and syrups and to sweeten brews. Alternatives to refined white table sugar include honey and maple syrup. Maple syrup contains trace minerals that are carried up into a tree sap from as much as 60 feet below the ground. Pure maple syrup has a flowery aroma and a buttery texture. Stevia, which you probably have seen in most grocery stores, is an herbal sweetener that has been used worldwide for centuries but only available in the U.S. since 1988. The FDA has approved stevia as an additive and not as a sweetener. Stevia is 300 times sweeter than sugar, similar to sucrose with very little aftertaste. Stevia, however, is not a nutrition source for oral bacteria and actually helps fight cavities, so in that respect is so much better than sugar. Before, we were talking about kitchen utensils that you might use. We forgot to talk about strainer and press. To strain a cup of tea, any stainless steel sieve works well, but you might notice that when you strain, you're losing a lot of precious liquid from loose herbs. That is valuable medicine. For some preparations, every drop becomes precious, especially when you have something like jojoba oil, for example. A press works better than a strainer for this purpose. If you only buy one piece of special equipment for making herbal remedies and preparations, the mortar and pestle is it. A mortar and pestle is used to grind dry roots, leaves, and seeds. This is the only way to be assured that you use fresh herb powder. A traditional European mortar has a smooth sides, as you can see on the bottom of the screen. However, you might also see the Japanese mortar called the suribachi. The suribachi has grooves and ridges on the sides, which in my opinion is much more efficient for grinding herbs. The suribachi in this picture is shown right in the center of the slide. Saucepans and a scale are important, and you might find that you prefer one above the other. Find a 1 or 2 quart pan just for making salves. Oils and beeswax leave a hard-to-clean residue behind the pan, so you might want to buy more than one. Warning: please be extremely careful and avoid to use the same pan or saucepan when you're making soaps. Please do not use the same equipment to prepare food, as you can poison yourself and others and end up in a hospital. Scales are vary, but I prefer the small diet scale to have to prepare herbal remedies. They are much more accurate and precise. For most mild herbs, the medicinal dose is 1 ounce of herb to 32 ounces of water. 1 ounce of dried leaves has greater volume than 1 ounce of root. And the scale is very easy to use at the beginning and very helpful, as you learn exactly what volumes are equivalent or comparable to what. Use a scale until you become familiar with the proportions. Thank you so much. In the next lesson, we'll be talking about other kitchen equipment.